job today, or what I'm going to talk to you about today, is predominantly Classflow desktop. And what I'm going to try and do, as I tried to do in the session before, where I was trying to position how schools may be making use of our product in conjunction with other things they're already doing in the classroom, we're going to be tying in Classflow desktop in a practical way today, so that I can outline to you some of the most important key features that I see schools will be making use of. Sorry. You should find your name on the list. Now, some people have got, like John and John, you have got a John C and a John S. So
Are we trying to join the class?
it will in a minute. It's just okay. So just following on, and while we're waiting for this to happen, I will just say that teaching and learning, I want you to think about what we talked about with the evolution of technology, the evolution of jobs, and therefore the evolution of education in the session that you all did with me this afternoon. Okay? Q4874 is that code, and everybody does have...
Wait, I can't even get to a screen that... Well, I'm putting this on my computer.
Should have just about to put the code in.
Joining the class with the class code. 5 people connected there. It is Now, thinking about what we were talking about this afternoon with that evolution of the classroom environment. We looked at photos and we saw how the classrooms are changing and how they're using technology. Do you see Active Inspire being used in every single lesson for every single thing in a classroom like that? No. Is it going to be such a big deal then, as we're moving forward in this kind of environment, if we don't use it for every single lesson? And I have to add here, as a classroom teacher, as much as I loved Inspire, and I did make a lot of use of it, it was not my only software that I used, because that is not good pedagogy. Good pedagogy, good teaching, is preparing your students for the future, preparing your students for learning, and therefore you're trying to make the most of every type of software, every type of technology, every angle of learning that you can for your students. You're not going to use just one platform. Okay? So I want these things to be sort of thinking of in the back of your mind as we're going through things today. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 21 people, which I think was everybody, isn't it? I think we have. So, without further ado, if I end that, do you wish to end the current class session? Don't. I want to ask you a question. Okay. Before we do that, I'm sorry. I jumped the gun a bit. I'm just going to add another card, and I'm going to ask you, oops, I've done it twice. I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to show you the lovely handwriting recognition tool, which is a feature of Classflow desktop. So here's a question for you. What do we already know?
That's nice.
Text recognition, cross your fingers everybody. My writing is not not too messy. What do we already know, everybody, about education at the moment in Australia and New Zealand? What are some of the things that we know are happening at the moment? Let me come and grab my poll. I'm going to send this out to you as a word seed. I'm not going to select an image because I really don't need to see the blank screen with that one little thing, and you can all see the question up there. So I'm going to send it out to you as a word seed poll. So you should be seeing on your screen the option to add a comment there. Okay. I'm going to pop into my viewing of results. I think you can add more than one. Just give it a try. Oh, that little box just wants to be a little rage. Who wrote that?
Claire?
What do we already know?
We can't help you with that, I'll be honest. We can't help you with that. There's no technology that's going to fix that.
Pedagogy of deep learning and Gonski funding. Did that come from Laurie Quick?
Isn't that obvious?
Oh. This is clearly something that they're going to have to fix. Well,
Make it
it's
bigger, I
supposed to
suppose.
let you swap it from one side of the page to the other. Maybe that's it. Okay, coding room. Got it. We'll keep this one on this afternoon. I'll jump
Keep your
on
finger on.
backstage. I will keep
That's
my
all
finger
it
on
says,
it.
It's not funny.
They're not buying enough active panels. Was that someone over here? Is that you? All right. They have better weather. All right, I'm going to stop the poll. Were you able to add more than one?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So I wanted to gather that information. You'll see why in a little while. Are you able to get on the second time? Sometimes it just needs a refresh, I think. We're going to come back to that information at the end because I'm hoping that we might have a few more ideas by the end of the session. Now, I was asked